talks to girls, she talks to boys, but she's no keeper. She's gonna play with you and make you a believer. She knows. Now she got you what she wants, you can let her go. Let her go.
Okay, so when and how did you become interested in music? What kind of music did you listen to, and yeah, who were your favorite bands and artists at the time?
I think the first CD I ever got was an AC/DC CD when I was 12, I think, but my first encounter with music was before I was born even, because my mother used to play guitar while I was still in her belly. So the first thing I ever knew from the world was music in a way. And then my taste in music always changed. Like I had a phase where I listened to old school hip hop a lot, and then I went back to classic rock such as Judas Priest, kind of hard rock, AC/DC, Led Zeppelin. These were the kind of musicians that I fell more in love with music through. And then yeah, it just went darker from there and discovered some metal bands that I really like. Opeth, for example, is still one of my favorite bands. And I also really like Courtney Love because she taught me that it's okay to be a woman and sing deep and rough, and she's also one of my biggest inspirations.
In flames, black widow, baby, leaving lipstick stains. They all warned you, but you still stay.
Okay, so was the guitar also your first instrument then, or when did you pick up your first instrument?
Yeah, it was the guitar. I started learning it when I was 8 years old, and then I totally didn't want to do it anymore because I was tired of going to lessons. And then I started playing again when I was 13 and learned it all myself. Played some cheesy songs on guitar and eventually got better over the years. So yeah, guitar was my first.
Crazy, you like my crazy. She'll give you all beside.
So you published or uploaded your first demos at 14 years old. What kind of musician were you back then?
Oh, okay. I think I didn't think about what I was writing so much, which is kind of more fun in a way than what I do now, because now I constantly think like, does it sound good? Will the listener like it? And back then I was just writing directly what came out of me, which was really nice. I wrote my first songs when I was in 6th grade, when I was 11, and then published them on SoundCloud later. And I was really naive, also already thinking that uploading these would make me famous overnight and all these kind of things. But I think I approach music differently, and I'm still trying to get that back a little because it was nice.
Like my crazy.
What kind of song was the first song you uploaded? Was it pop? I don't know.
Yeah, it was really dark. I just remember I recorded it all on my phone, just over GarageBand, and the quality was kind of okay for that. I had like really old songs. It was just me and the guitar and singing about what happened in my life and all the drama you had back then. But I think the songs weren't bad. I don't think they were bad. Just yeah, it's fun to look back at them.
Let her go. Pitch black eyes when you look.
At the 6th grade, how did you come to the idea of writing your own music already?
Oh, I have absolutely no idea. I don't know how that happened. I just remember at my first band, and we were called the Blackbirds, and we were 3 girls, and we couldn't even play chords on guitar, so we just played single notes to accompany our singing. And I have no idea how it happened. I think it must have been because I always grew up with music and I always sang melodies by bands that I liked a lot. Just happened, basically.
Taste her. Want to break free, but it's too late to escape her. She owns you.
Blackbirds, so what kind of band was that?
When I was in 6th grade, I started a band with 2 friends of mine from my class. And it was called Blackbirds, and we couldn't even play chords. We just played like single notes on guitar and sang to that. And we also played at the train station and had like people could like throw money into the back, and we actually got money from it because people thought it was pretty cute, like little kids like singing the same 3 songs all over again. That was Blackbirds, the first band I ever had.
You like the kind of crazy, you like my crazy. Half of the world turns round, but you if you.
To your next band, then New Creed here in Berlin. How did you end up joining that band?
So it started in 6th grade. There was like a school band club at my old school, and a friend of mine kind of pressured me to join the band because he was like, you should do it, and I was too shy to join at first, and he was like, okay, if you join, I'm gonna join too, and I'm gonna play the triangle. So at first New Creed existed with a triangle player for like a week or 2 weeks, and then yeah, we just started jamming, doing some rock songs, and then the new guitarist joined, Leon, and he basically brought the whole death metal into the band. And we all liked hard rock and metal, but we've never listened to brutal death metal like that before. But through him we discovered that we all loved this genre. And I listened to Arch Enemy for the first time, and that was the first time I saw that a woman can do these kind of vocals, and then I was like, okay, I have to do this too. And then over the course of a year we progressed into more darker sounds and listening to Opeth and more progressive metal. And that's how New Creed came to be.
She talks.
How was it mastering the growling vocals?
It was a struggle. I had no idea how to do it at first because I had like singing teachers, but none of them knew how to do it. So I was stuck to YouTube tutorials and all that, and I did it wrong for a long time. But at some point I started to get like my head around how it works, and then I could control it, and it was the best moment ever to go on stage and people be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna sing some nice songs and they do some rock music, and then I get to scream at them and they would be like, they would like it. That was the most fun about it.
This ice, but you're caught in flames. Black widow, baby, leaving lipstick stains.
You are not with the band anymore, so how did you part ways?
It was like breaking up with 4 people at the same time, kind of. Because it was really sad, but I realized that I want to do music for a living, like so much. It's my biggest dream, and we didn't all have the same ambition in the band. And I think it's totally fine. You don't have to be like, I want music to be my main job. It's totally fine. But for me, I realized I have to be around people that have the same goal as me. And then it took like a few months until I realized, okay, it's time to leave. And then I baked a lot of vegan brownies and just went into the rehearsal room and was like, I gotta leave the band, and just started crying because it was really a sad moment, but I know that it was the right decision in the end. And now the bassist is a singer, and I saw them live and they rock.
You still stay when she's got a highways to hell. She says she sent you.
In addition to mastering the harsh vocals, like what were the best moments with that band?
Oh my god, we had so many insiders and memes and all that all the time. When we had like a concert, it was such a fun day from the sound check to the end. Like sometimes getting drunk after the show was also a fun addition to the whole thing. We played our last gig on Motorcycle Jamboree, and just being together on a road trip to their place was amazing, and we went swimming afterwards, and these were kind of the beautiful memories to close it all up. We also played at Rock Treff 2018 in front of almost 1,000 people, and when we went on stage and just saw this huge crowd of people like looking at each other and being like, shit, we did that. That was amazing.
Baby, you think you're free, but you're under the spell. So is it true?
Is there gonna be like another metal project, so are we gonna hear those harsh vocals in your own songs?
There is one demo of a song, which I'm not sure if it's gonna be released, maybe this year. It's like a pop song, but you can hear me doing screams in the background, because we were like, you know what this song needs? Screams. And I was like, no, it's like a pop song, but then we decided to combine it. And yeah, like doing these kind of things. We do it occasionally now, go into more heavy directions and mixing it all up. For now, I'm not looking for doing a new metal project because I want to focus on one thing mainly, but combining it's always exciting to me.
The girl, she talks to boys, but she's no keeper. She's gonna play with you and make you a believer. She knows.
What kind of relationship do you have with metal music?
I just discovered death metal a few years ago only, so I'm not so long in the game, not since I was a kid or something, but I discovered a new love for music through through metal, because I felt understood in the way, in the aggression and in all of that. I'm not an aggressive person, but I can still identify with these sounds, and I love it. And I've been to Summer Breeze twice, and that was the best time of my life, like hands down the best time, just being around people who like the same music and headbanging at in the sun and all day. That was good times. So I still love the music. I listen to metal less than I did 2 years ago, but I couldn't skip it forever. Like, I couldn't do it. Still love it.
Is it true you like the kind of crazy? You like my crazy? She left you hanging on her lips and you still taste her.
So in late 2018 you released your first solo EP, Heartless, as Cloudy June. So how was the artistic process for that EP and recording?
It was a crazy time. Like, it was shortly after the Rocktreff gig with my band, and I was in a really bad place, like mentally. And when I'm sad, I can write more songs, which is kind of stupid, because then I'm like, when I'm happy, I'm like, shit, I can't write new music now. At that time, I wrote like a new song, like 2 new songs every week, and it just came out of me. And then my best friend and I, he's a producer, and we just got into the basement where he had his studio and started recording like 4 songs of this time. And sometimes we had like sleepovers in the studio, and the whole recording process was really fun, but it was also a crazy time.
And she's got a high waist, I know it's true, you like the kind of crazy. You like my crazy.
Have you always like made your own songs all the time, even when you were in the band, or do you write all the time, basically?
I do. I write less now on my own, because I do writing sessions more, and then I kind of save the ideas for the writing sessions sometimes. But I've always written songs, like since 5th, 6th grade. I wrote my own songs, and then in the band I wrote the lyrics and the singing melodies and the screaming parts and some instrumental stuff here and there. So yeah, I've always written.
Got you with you, and you cannot count down. Got you with you, and she's got a high waist.
You said that already the first song that you uploaded way back then, it was already like dark themed, and it seems like those dark themes go with you. So what kind of themes do you like to tackle with your music, and where does the inspiration for those come from?
The sadness. No, like I like putting I like putting negative emotion into music, because sometimes I had like a moment where I felt pretty bad for a while, and then I write a song about the situation and I feel better, because I'm like, this song didn't exist before, and I used my own mind and my pain to create something new. So I always try to like take a negative emotion and put it into a song. And yeah, recently I've also tried to do something more uplifting, some uplifting sounds. But even if I do a more happy song, I want it to be a little dark and assemble kind of like who I am as a person. I'm not a dark person, but I think there's always a dark side to people, and I like to embrace that in songs.
She says she sent you straight to heaven, baby. You think you're free, but you're...
Okay, is there like certain themes that you like to process, or that you gravitate to?
Yeah, it's always heartbreak. Everybody writes about heartbreak, and then all kinds of mental illness things that I've been struggling with. I try to put into music in a way. And also the new single is more about new single is just more fun. It's also about a person that's like really dark and kind of making you fall in love with her because she's so dark, because I wanted to write like the ideal crazy woman person that I would see on the street and totally fall in love with, kind of. So that's like a new topic. Cool.
Heaven, baby. You think you're free, but you're under the spell. So is it true you like the kind of crazy? You like my crazy. Half of the world.
Okay, so like you said, you are not a dark person, but your art deals with the dark team. So how is your outlook on life then?
It was really dark for a time. I'm still taking like inspiration from the dark times, but I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. Like if you would ask me a year ago, I would probably have said something like felt something completely different than I do now. But for now, I'm just trying to embrace beauty of life and whatever is there. And I have this dream of making music, and that's the one thing I want to follow and put all my energy in. And in between, try to get all the shit sorted out that I wasn't dealing pretty well with when I was young, and put that into dark music. That's the goal for now, for life. Yeah.
She with you and you cannot come down, but she with you and she's got a hard ways to hell.
So you seem pretty comfortable when it's just you and the guitar. So do you see yourself as a continuum of this singer-songwriter tradition, first of all?
I'd rather not. I like it, like I've been doing it for a long time, but being in a band is such a different energy, and I love that so much more than being by myself with the guitar. And I want to put together a band for the new stuff and perform it that way, and sometimes not play guitar at all because I can perform more freely like that.
Believe her, she knows. Now she got you what she wants, you can let her go. Let her go.
Define the music that you are making at the moment.
Mysterious. No, fuck. Okay, I can't even make fun of it like that. No, I think the new songs, they're more pop, of course. They're more commercial sound, but I still always try to put in something from that rock and roll and metal background. So it's kind of a combination, this dark pop sound, this metal and pop thing in a way. Because Highways to Hell has the title, of course, Highway to Hell, and some like pinch harmonics and those kinds of elements. And there's a new single also, which is pretty rock but also pop in a way, that's gonna come out at some point. I don't know when you're watching this, maybe it's out already. And yeah, there's also another pop song demo that we did with metal vocals in it, so it's kind of this dark pop thing, not this super cheesy happy pop thing, which is also totally fine.
If she wants, you can let her go. Let her go. Pitch black eyes.
How easy or difficult it is to mix those two seemingly very different genres?
I know some artists who do it even more, who do like complete screaming vocals on a pop track, but it was more difficult to figure out that that's what I want to do, to combine these two ways of making music, these two sounds. And now I have this team that I'm writing with, and we just kind of roll with it, and we have like this groove going on now where we kind of listen to something, we realize, okay, that's missing some guitar, we need to do a little more rock or do a little less rock or something. So it's going good now.
You like the kind of crazy, you like my crazy. She'll give you.
I always feel like there's like demand for this kind of music, or like because I would always like to hear like somebody perfect it, and I feel like I maybe didn't hear that yet. So how do you feel like do you where do you get the inspiration, or do you have influences, and can you name like somebody who does it good in your mind, and what's the direction you are going?
Ooh, I like when you said someone who does it good. In my mind, I thought of Young Blood immediately. He's even more rock, but he still kind of fits into the pop genre. And when I found out about him, I was really obsessed with his music. Also, Call Me Charisma, he's doing like hip hop, but it's still rock in a way. That's really cool. And I think Billie Eilish also does it in a way for her darker songs, like You Should See Me in the Crown. It's pop, but it's so dark. It's nothing like basic pop. And I listened to that when I also discovered that I want to do a more pop direction, and those three artists inspired me a lot to do it. And there's many more, and it's getting more and more, because I feel like people occasionally get tired of what's popular and then they want something new, and now it's this dark pop thing, which happens to be what I like to do.
She makes you laugh and makes you want and makes you jealous. She's so much more than you.
What is like your niche basically in that?
I think I want to perfect combination of rock and pop in a way, without it being like rock pop. Still having like this fierce kind of sexy darkness to it, but also having people listening to it and be like, that's not just pop, there's something else to it. And maybe the label for it hasn't been spoken out yet, maybe it doesn't exist yet. That would be ideal to do like an own genre. I'm just seeing where it's going. We're still experimenting with it.
So is it true you like the kind of crazy? You like my crazy?
Okay, can you tell me a bit about the first singles, Somewhere Between Us and Highways to Hell?
Oh yes, Somewhere in Between Us was the first song that really moved into the direction where I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do, like this kind of crazy dark sound, because it started out as a song that I wrote on guitar and I just played it by myself in bars, and then I met a producer and we decided to produce a song and make it super weird and kind of metal, because you have these soft parts in the piano and then the chorus kicks in and it's just like kind of dubstepy electric guitar thing. And I really like what we did there. It felt like opening a new door to doing new music. And then Highways to Hell I wrote with two friends of mine, Vincent and Valentin, who are the team that I'm writing with right now. And that just started out as a pop song, and then I realized I like the song, I want to do it myself, because we thought we write it for pitch. And then we just went over it and did the vocals again, did it more rough and made the guitar, put the guitar into it. And yes, those are the two songs that I'm most proud of and I identify the most with right now.
But you love how she's tearing yours apart.
There was also a video for Somewhere Between Us, so how was working on that?
A good video. It was insane. It was I wanted to do like a really high quality video, and I'm happy that I have so many people around me that decided to help me, so I could afford making this video, and it was still expensive. And we shot in an abandoned like city complex, and it was such a hassle to do it because I worked full time while doing the video. And then yeah, I remember like almost breaking my back after the first day, because we had like a scene where I had to shovel and I had to, it was too much. And then it was also really cold while we shot it, and so many things like gone wrong and we couldn't do this and that, but in the end I'm so happy with how it turned out. The hustle behind it is something I can always like look back on and see what I've learned from it. But watch the video. It took a shitload of work, but it was worth it.
Go. She makes you laugh and makes you want and makes you jealous. She's so.
How do you feel yourself at the moment? Do you feel like you're on a cusp of something bigger happening, or how is your own feeling?
I want to be on the cusp of something bigger happening, because I've wanted this for so long, for like 10 years almost. But I feel like I am, because I finally know what sound I want to do, and I know that I can make more songs in this direction. And I feel like that's the most important thing when you find a musician and all the songs sound differently. You can't like really hold on to them or what they are, what they're about. So now I feel like people understand what I'm about, and then they follow me and follow my music if they think they like what I do. And I think more people do now, and I'm excited where it's going.
Lips and you still taste her. Want to break free, but it's too late to escape her. She owns you.
What are the goals and dreams you want to achieve in your music career?
When I envision myself in like 5 years where I would ideally be, I would be on a huge festival and play a show and people would sing the songs and know the lyrics. That's like, I always have this picture in my head that this would be the perfect moment, and I'd be like, that's all I wanted to do, and then just keep going, making music and have more people know about it. But I've already had like shows where somebody came up to me and was like, yeah, listen to your song and it helped me through a heartbreak, and that was insane because I thought nobody knew me at all basically. So having more people being inspired by my music is
I know it's true, you like the kind of crazy. You like my crazy. She'll give you.
So is there like a concrete plan to get there?
Sell my soul to the devil and hope for the best. No, just we already have the date for the next single scheduled, and we have the next few single ideas in our minds, like which ones we could put out next. So it's just to release at least 2 months a new song, and get more people on the Cloudy June train and make them find out about what I'm doing. That's the goal. That's the way for me.
When she with you and she's got a heart waste hell. I know it's true, you like the kind.
So what kind of experience is the Cloudy June concert? And how do you envision it will be in the future?
I already have a Pinterest folder with ideas for like live shows and stuff. I kind of want it to be like this crazy weird world that's kind of in my head, and like put it outside, because for Highways to Hell there's this lyric video with like neon signs, and to be able to take this idea and put it on stage with like actual neon signs and all these kind of things, that would be exciting. And also for me, like, songs also have different colors, and like we call it synesthesia, I think, and being able to put all these assumptions that I have with songs on stage would be amazing. And I would be jumping around basically like at my metal shows, just a little less headbanging, maybe. That's what you can expect from it.
Pitch black eyes when you look away. Cold as ice, but you